Hi Aries, I'm Kay. Welcome to Let Intuition Tarot, Twin Flames in Recovery. So tonight I am reading one side, one particular side, or at least that's the way it appears to us here on Earth, as a duality in a sense. So one side of the twin flame connection. If you identified or resonated more with any of the things that were written in the black half of the yin-yang on the thumbnail, those being, Aries, of course, and then yin, and shadow, and feminine, regardless of your gender, then you've come to the right place. Keep in mind that while I do not do these readings for the intention of spying, if this does not resonate with you, you may want to check out Aries Yang, which will be the yin, yang, light, masculine. Sorry, I got distracted for a second. Just 2 shuffles left here to go. And if you are cross-watcher though, I don't judge. I'll just say that I'll be using you, of course, throughout the reading, so if you think this applies more to your twin, reverse roles if necessary, and use your discernment. Any information that you'd like about me or my channel is in the description box below, which is where you can also book a personal reading with me or order a personalized avatar birth chart if you so desire. One last thought here. Speaking of no judging, if anything I say here seems negative or offensive, please just let that go, as that is not the intention. I'm literally neutral, so I'm just going to read what the energy of the cards is telling me. So I pre-shuffled my Fallen Angels Oracle deck and my Twin Flame Oracle deck before I started recording. I'm going to go ahead and get us 2 of the Fallen Angel Oracle cards first. Okay, so now we've got Valefor, 14, Honesty. 14 makes me think of Temperance, and the number 5. And then we've got Dantalion, 71, Empathy. I'll read the short description here, or interpretation, from the book that comes with these cards. Valefor. Element Earth, planet Venus. Message: beware of taking shortcuts because they will lead to disaster in the long run. Valefor is a mischievous spirit who can take the appearance of a lion, although some say the manifestation is a lion with the head of a braying ass. Perhaps that's just to those with clear vision. Valefor's specialty, that made me think of like a Leo on an ego trip, by the way. But anyway, Valefor's specialty is tempting people to take shortcuts in life by cheating, lying, and stealing. So a little bit of a 7 of Swords vibe there too. Like the god of new gamblers, he will at first reward those who follow his promptings, only to abandon them later when reality and natural justice catch up with them. So that made me think of like I don't know how to pronounce it, but the dog experiment, Pavlov's dogs or whatever, where they trained him to come running at the sound of a bell because they'd start salivating, because they got trained to like recognize that meant food was coming. That's what that made me think of. It's like then they started screwing with the dogs because they'd only feed them like half the time that they ring the bell, or maybe they only did this with mice or rats or something, I don't know. I didn't study it, but they started changing it up, and it caused like real problems for the animals that had the unpredictable responses. So like they'd go up and hit the food button and nothing would happen half the time, the other half something would, and they got all confused, and it like made them really anxious, and then they didn't want to even go push the button anymore, and they started losing weight and shit. True story. But that's the vibe I'm picking up from that. So if that resonates for you, please keep that in mind. And then 8 here, 71. Element Water, planet Venus. Message: Peace and reconciliation can be achieved through understanding and the recognition of common humanity. Dantalion is a glorious angel whose face constantly changes, reflecting all the types of people in the world, both male and female. She carries a great book, which is a record of all the lives that are or have ever been, and these are the lives reflected in her shifting countenance. Dantalion teaches insight and empathy, the understanding of the hearts and minds of other people, no matter how different their beliefs, customs, and appearance may at first seem. This angel is a great peacemaker. Well, that's a nice energy. Okay. Just clear these off the table. I'll go ahead and split the tarot deck and lay out the cards here in the middle. And your thoughts, you have the 9 of Spheres. Queen of Cups. Aries, if you don't stop fucking with Cancer. I'm sorry, I had to say it. It's been like... Okay. And the Hermit. So you've got 2 Virgo cards and a Cancerian card. It can also represent the other water signs, so Scorpio or Pisces. Give me just a second here. Okay. Then in your feelings, we have the Star. Major for Aquarius. Ace of Wands. Three of Swords. Wow. And then for intentions, 2 of Cups. The Empress. Alright, alright. And the Ace of Swords. Okay, so I just took a drink of water, excuse me. These last 2 cards I'm not going to look at. They're 3D and 5D outcomes. We'll find out together what those are at the end. I hope y'all can hear me okay. So you're thinking about the different roles that you've played, in a sense, Aries. I feel like you've experienced all of these. The Queen of Cups might be about someone else. I shouldn't say I think. I'm picking up that you have your twin flame heavily on your mind. Regardless of zodiac sign, the Queen of Cups is known to be very loving, nurturing. She's kind, sweet, creative, intuitive. Can be a little naive, but she's got a very big heart. This may describe the energy of someone, yeah, your twin flame, if you know who they are, which, if you're watching this, I figure you probably do. And even if you didn't, frankly, and you just were kind of, maybe you're in love with 15 people and you want to know which one's your twin flame, it's just about that energy. You're thinking about that person or that kind of vibe. And you're also thinking about how you're proud of yourself for attaining what you have by yourself. You may have been through some bad connections, but you've managed to, I'm hearing the term functional alcoholic, which I'm not saying you are, Aries, but I'm picking up that there could be the vibe of someone that's kind of like, that did overcome some kind of addiction. And that makes me think too of that card we read from the Fallen Angel Oracle. Talked about gambling. It just seems like you overcome something more than just like, your regular growing up, and you've reached independence, financial self-sufficiency. I see that you're thinking about there's something missing in a sense, and it's spurred on by your thoughts of this twin flame. You're thinking, since you've looked outside a lot, maybe you should look within, and maybe there's something to all this spiritual stuff, and perhaps you should like follow your north node or whatever, which I'm not saying that you have a Virgo north node, but since I said that, it could be the case for some of you. And kind of go within and just seek, you know, the wisdom of your higher self and the divine. And your feelings? My nose is stopped up. I'm sure my voice sounds super nasally, y'all, and I apologize. I took a, it doesn't matter, but normally my voice doesn't sound quite like this. In your feelings, you are, you have like a, there's a blaze of, you know, light, like hope, that you can heal your broken heart. And I'm seeing like this light as being the same and all. There's like the star here in this picture of the star, and then the Ace of Wands, that passionate new beginning spark, and then you can see in the Three of Swords at the end, Libra energy. There's like right in the center of his chest. It's like you really are feeling very hopeful. You may have had a recent sort of spiritual experience or awakening with that star there. And the Ace of Wands, I feel like you feel a great rush of possibility that this can be healed, and that maybe there's destiny involved with the star. So you may be somewhat newer, not necessarily have to be, but you may be somewhat newer on the twin flame journey. Since you're here, you obviously know about it, but it might not be like a very long quest for you up until this point, Aries. And your intentions, there's always been, like, since we were looking at kind of the shadow side today, I'm seeing that there was always sort of an impression to you of what the truth was. I think it was mostly coming from other people, though, and that was about sort of what you were supposed to be or how you were supposed to live your life. And that was kind of like, okay, go find the one, get married, have a child. That was like, you know, the whole nuclear family thing. So you may have grown up with parents who were very, you know, family oriented, maybe a little strict. But now, the Ace of Swords is double-edged here, because this same dream is, it looks different to different people, but it's the same dream in a sense. It's about achieving union and giving birth to something new. And so your intent is to use that Ace of Swords to kind of slice that thin line and decide, you know, discover which one is more real for you, Aries. Because with the Two of Cups, that is a beautiful, seeing eye to eye, equal give and take connection between two people on a soul level. And the Empress is about abundance and growth and fertility, whether that's actual procreation, fertility, or if it's just creativity. So you would still be able to say, yeah, I found that one, made a commitment, and gave birth to something. But in your case, it could be a same-sex person, or a person of a different nationality, or if your family's weird about it, of a different race or age gap, whatever the case may be. You can still find that person. You can still give birth to something together. It could be a business. It could be an idea, a new kind of class that, you know, goes viral and starts changing the world. Regardless, it's going to come down to your truth, Aries, and I think that your intent is to find that and follow that. In the meantime, I'm feeling very hopeful and just kind of thinking about your life. So looking at more of like a short-term 3-day outcome, We have the Ten of Spheres. Okay, so I wish I told myself I wasn't going to clarify that, or, you know, any of these cards. The Ten of Pentacles, so that would be, you know, that would be finding a connection, which, now that draws me back to this Nine of Pentacles energy, okay? Because another version of this, whether it's in your intent or not, would be that, you know, your masculine and feminine energies, all your polarities would come into union, like with yourself, and that would give birth to some kind of major truth. And with the Ten of Pentacles there, I think it's kind of saying that that's going to happen for you either way. Excuse me, that's going to happen for you either way. In the 3D. So that's lovely. It's quite a shift I'm seeing here for you, Aries. I think you might have recently had a level up or gone through some kind of major, excuse me, I'm having a really high-pitched ringing in my left ear. I think that you've recently experienced a glow up. And then for a 5D outcome, kind of the overall trajectory of the twin flame connection and where it's headed at this time, we have the Magician. So, major for Gemini and Virgo energy. Being able to, of course, create and manifest anything you want and having all the tools to do so. It looks like there's, as with any twin flame connection, of course, Aries, a very, very strong connection here. I have a feeling that you guys kind of flip-flop a little bit more than the average twin flame as far as the polarities go, because we all have feminine and masculine energies within us, but sometimes one or the other dominates as us, you know, the same as with like our light and our shadow sides. So some people it can take years for that to sort of seesaw. Some people it seems like it hardly ever does, and then other couples it's like it's constantly oscillating, and I'm kind of getting that vibe here. Surprised I didn't see the Two of Pentacles. But I'm going to end the reading with pulling 2 cards from the Twin Flame Oracle deck. Destruction, Tower moment, unexpected change, new opportunities. Okay. Well, if you haven't experienced this upgrade at this point yet, Ariesian, you certainly will, but a tower might be what what catalyzes it. Is that how you say that? Yeah, you know what I'm saying. I was looking at that Ace of Wands and thinking like a spark, like. And then release. Loosen your hold, relax, unwind, release fear, anxiety, and doubt. Okay. Well, Aries, thank you for your time and attention. If this resonated with you, I'd greatly appreciate it if you would give me a thumbs up, share, subscribe, tap the notification bell and all so you'll be made aware of my future uploads. And I'll see you guys again soon. Sorry about my voice. Hopefully it'll be better for your next reading. Bye, Aries.